What's up, guys? This is a three-part show that I did with Dungeon on the Stereo app for She Gets It podcast. So if you want to listen to all three parts, it will be up. Okay, it will be up. Today is Wednesday for this episode, part 1. Tomorrow will be part 2. And Friday will be part 3. So if you see the title repeatedly, it's not the same episode. I have them separated in 3 parts. Y'all enjoy because I enjoyed, Dungeon enjoyed, and I enjoyed these comments. Peace.
Kept my Easter suit on for for tonight's talk. You
I
know,
dig it.
yes,
It really made you see all of the music that they contributed to today in hip hop and all of that. It was good.
if you just listen to any of the beats, you're like, how many of my favorite rappers rapped on all those beats and
Right.
used their hooks or lines from songs they were saying? You're like, yo, this is crazy how many hits these dudes had, yo. Like insane. It was a really good night. I don't know if they bumped it up to be like, or souped it up saying it was the best one ever, but that was probably the biggest one I've enjoyed personally was the one from Sunday night. So I was killing it. But it made me think of this topic. I guess celebrating those elderly men. But one thing that really brought it up for me actually was, I don't know if you seen the Cameron post like a few weeks back where it was him and the neighbor.
No.
Okay. So there was he had posted something about like him driving his pink car out of one of his condos, and he posted it on the page. And then a girl from his building reposted it and stated in the repost, so Cameron's fine ass lives in my building. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I have his black babies and I suck his black dick. Like, just going in on him in the repost and tagged him in it. And next day, Cameron's doing a post the next day, like he reposted and he's like swiped to the right and it was him and the girl sitting on the beach. It was like he and the neighbor. And I was like, wow. Like, now Cameron's a rapper.
Right.
He's a funny guy, in my opinion. But it just made me think, like, I don't see that happening to her. Like, she went ham to get him. It wasn't guaranteed that she was gonna bag him, you know what I mean? But like, it worked. You know what I mean? Like, she got in. There was a video that he had to take down. After they were on the beach, the next video literally was him smashing, and it was like him hitting from the back and like asking her questions about why she didn't holler at him earlier, and she's like screaming.
Yo,
she was like,
when I tell you, Cam has been a problem since Dipset. Cam has been a problem. If you listen to any of his albums, his skits have been infamous. And that is who he is. Cam is the character from Paid in Full. That is who fuck he is. And so anyone pursuing him, they already know what they're dealing with. His girl, his ex was Juju, and that woman is fine as hell. She's educated. She has lots of businesses. So listen, if you going towards Cam as a woman, I salute you.
Yeah, because you're in for it, and you definitely gonna have to participate in his social media nonsense. But I feel like if women, which most women say they want a funny guy, then that's one thing that they're gonna get out of him. Is you're definitely gonna get to laugh.
Is guys who are funny, as like you're getting to know them and they're funny. When you're with them, that funny turns into, damn, he's really an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm sorry,
say it again.
It's not funny anymore when you're with them.
Yeah. Like, when I see it from the outside, I'm like, yeah, that's asshole funny. But it's funny. Like the stuff he says is like some classic stuff. So I was just like, this has been a good moment. But I just it made me coming with this topic of I feel like men are not pursued as much. Obviously, I mean it's an obvious fact that a lot of men aren't pursued, and I just kind of wanted to know why. With this day and age of equality, and how women are putting out the commercials. If anything you can do, I can do better. Well, why are we not doing it on this end, ladies? Why are we not? And I'm not saying I want to straighten this out before we even get going, because I don't want to get this part misconstrued. I don't mean pursued, and y'all should be opening our doors and asking us, or taking us out to dinner all the time or paying the bill. That's not what I mean. I'm just talking kind of the initial, I'm trying to holler at you. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you kick it open sometimes? And then we break it down from there. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with this. What you heard it?
All right, so the show tonight is why don't women pursue men more often? Which is an honest question, because I think most women like to be hunted in a boy like girl way. And most women don't even know a good man when they see him.
Okay.
Especially today's women. And most men wouldn't know how to act with a woman pursuing them today. So here we are, right? And to me, like when I was in middle school, high school, college, the men that are always like pursuing me and making it very loud that they're interested were never the men I wanted and never the ones I was attracted to. It was just like, oh, I got a puppy dog. Oh, okay, that's cute. But no. like the dick could be bare naked in front of me and I'll be like, no, I'm cool. What you got to eat though? You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. And I'm sure for men too, the women that are like bold enough to come across a room or walk up on them and really like basically, hey, for you, the pussy is free. For everybody else, they got to stand in line and pay. He don't want that woman most of the time. And I think men who want to be with a woman for longer than a moment, longer than a night, would like a challenge. They don't want a woman that's just throwing all the pussy up front and they don't know nothing about them.
Okay. All right. So men, y'all heard the female perspective. This Shan's giving y'all the lowdown from how the women are thinking about this, and I never even saw it from that view. Like I kind of did think about I know a lot of women like to be chased. I did think about that aspect, but as far as the longevity, that's kind of the kicker. I wasn't thinking about it as far as longevity. I was more or less like, it's nice when a woman pursues you from time to time, because it builds a man's confidence, because not all men are created equally when it comes to confidence. And it's nice that done. And you know what? In all honesty, the crazy thing is, since it's been basically taken out of the workplace, women can bring it back. Like,
but if so
y'all hit in the workplace,
what's so crazy? I do it in the workplace. Like I'm the person on the team, on the sales team, that's like randomly like, hey yo, you were kind of late coming in last night, so that's why I gave you the couch. And they looking at me like, who you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to you. And so I give like all the women on the floor this illusion that we really in a relationship. But I'm just fucking with them. We cool. But like I have no problem saying the things that men think a woman won't say. But it's in a playful manner. It's never like, oh, I'm really about to like basically throw myself on you in front of everybody. and you just gonna have to catch these ad libs. No, I'm not doing that, but I'll do it in a playful way with men at work.
Yeah, see, and y'all still have that advantage now, where you can do that. You know, like I said, y'all would have to bring it back because the workplace, we know. Well, some of us know better. There's still some motherfuckers who still don't get it, but I would know better, you know, than to speak to any woman in my workplace than anything other than professionally. Please, and I'm not even a handshake no more. I'm saluting. Like, how you doing? And I keep it moving. I'm like, don't shake my hand. I don't want anything to be misconstrued as anything else. Right. Like, you're not making me lose this good job with this good paycheck. Fuck that. So I guess we can. I'm gonna get to my little rundown on what I feel about this, and in a minute I wanted to hop on some of these messages and see what the people out here thinking here. You good with that?
All right. You want me to play them now?
No, I'll get them. I'll throw them on.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Really? I know a lot of women that pursue men. I mean, me, I'm a very open personality. Like, I'm very charming, and I can tell a man, especially if a man looks good in a suit, like, hey, looking nice in that suit, or like my line is usually smile makes your day brighter, so. But that's just me. There are some women that like to be chasing, like playing that little cat and mice game. That takes too long sometimes. Men sometimes don't get that you like them. So at some point, you just got to take the bull to the horn. I think I said that expression right. Whatever. You know what I meant.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was one of those guys that I didn't notice a lot of trigger signs from women who were trying to hit at me sometimes, and I was like it'd be like you have to slam me over the head because it doesn't happen that often. So when it does for us, it's kind of like, oh shit, she's actually trying to holler, as compared to like I'm listening, but what does she kind of say? You know what I mean? Like that's why I think men are so slow about it. But I definitely get where she's coming from. Next message.
Unpopular opinion, but I would say some women, not all, are stimulated, excited, and attracted to drama and turmoil. They think the opposite is boring. I mean, to the point where there's like a trend that you see on social media, the hashtag toxic. Like, some people are looking for toxic relationships. It's crazy the way shit is right now.
That's true. And men like that toxic shit too. Like, man, she don't talk back. She don't have a nasty attitude. I don't want her. The pussy can't be good. No, get fucked up.
Yo, where are we as humans? Like you heard what the young man just said. Like that's, and I'm not saying his comment was the fact that that's how we're living right now is ignorant as shit. Because then we all know this. You saying that now and you basing it on because you think the pussy's good, but then you're going to be crying and complaining about how terrible your situation is the whole time you're in it. Like, don't hashtag shit that you're really not about. You know what I mean? People love doing that shit nowadays. It's disgusting. Yeah. Next message.
Walk that walk. That's what I'm talking about. Walk that walk, niggas.
Almost love that.
Yo, you sound like you changing your name. Did you hear something earlier today that made you change your name to Walk That Walk? That's awfully similar to somebody else's name on here. Next message.
That's weak as hell, bro. That's not even the nature of a man to even want a woman to pursue him. I mean, by nature, a man is always gonna be the aggressor. The man should he should seek his prey. A man should naturally go after a woman. I mean, it's not ladylike to me. I don't know. It's just not cool, bro. It's just not cool, man.
Interesting.
Big boy, I'm gonna need you to wake up on your next comment, bro. It sounds like you just rolled up. Jesus Christ.
Only a weak man will want a woman to pursue him or come at him. That's just a sign of a weak man. You're not gonna look at no woman and you're gonna figure if she coming at you like that, any man she want, she go at like that. It's just not becoming of a woman to be an aggressor like that, if you ask me.
All right, so now we gotta pause it for one second, Shan.
Okay.
So, big boy, are we saying that if a woman pursues you and aggressively pursues you, and she's hot and has what you're looking for, are you not going to entertain the pursuant because it makes you look weak? Are you just gonna be like, no, I got to come after you, homegirl. I can't have you out here making me look suspect. Or are you just gonna be like, all right. And then now remember, you're gonna have to tell people how you met. So with your theory, you're gonna actually have to admit that the woman pursued you if y'all do work out for long term. So get at your boy on that one, because I can't see people missing out now, because I didn't even break down what type of woman should be pursuing men and how they should go about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, depending on what the situation is, I can't see a man really just ignoring it and being like, well, I don't want to look weak, so I'm just going to ignore this chick. You know what I mean? How about it, Shane?
What's so crazy is a lot of our parents and our mothers pursued our fathers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the music from the 60s and the 70s talked about womanly woes of what women would do to let a man know that, hey, I want you to bring your ass over here and talk to me. That is a woman pursuing a man, because men back then, they kept up their hygiene, they dressed nice, their clothes fit, their cologne was superb, their hair was done, they had a job, because that was attractive for another woman to see that you had a job. The presentation was like, hey, I'm here to impress, and the woman made the move to let the man know that, hey, I want you over here. And I see this all the time when they have those like Black love documentaries, and the husbands of like 30-year, 50-year, 60-year marriage talk about how she told me that she was going to be my wife and what I was going to do, and I was with it. That's a woman pursuing a man. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to be get over here like a Mortal Kombat type of situation, but that's a woman pursuing a man.
Mm-hmm. You heard that, big boy? So we got some examples from back when love was a real thing.
Listen.
When women were going after the men, not to mention men wore suits for everything back then. Men's basketball, they had suits on. So it's only, I don't think the men understand how big it was, like that the hygiene and character and just the way men carried themselves was so much better back in the day. That's one thing that attracted women to them.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, you're in the suit all the time. You're always smelling good. You're well dressed. Most of y'all had your hair permed and slicked back, out here looking like Ronald Isley and all them. And that's what it made the difference. Now you got people like the homeless love doctor running around in here looking for places to sleep after the first date, and probably smelling all kinds of rotten when he's meeting women and all things like that. So we got to think about this, man. If you want to be pursued, what's your game looking like? What's your hygiene looking like?
And another thing, bringing it back to Ron Isley, that man went like shirtless with platform heels on and still bagged plenty of women.
Yeah, plenty of women. Come on, man. And some of the dudes that had the chicks all over them were the most feminine looking guys of all time.
Oh, yes.
Come on now. So I'm not saying, and don't get it twisted. This is just literally, this is not my perspective as far as what I want. I just wanted to have, a good topic for the night. I personally, I pursued every woman I've ever dealt with. You know, it has happened to me before, and I definitely take it because it's like a miracle when it does in a man's category. So I'm not gonna knock it because she came after me first, you know. But I'm not like an advocate for this. I just wanted to have stimulating conversation with our people here on Stereo tonight. So, you know, let's get back to some of these comments so we can get to some more of this breakdown.
And one thing I will say about when men pursue women, if the woman is attracted to you and she has high interest, she's going to look at that pursuit as, oh, he's a go-getter. He's assertive. He knows what he wants. He takes charge. If they're not attracted and they have low interest, they're going to look at you like a creep, a stalker, and like you're harassing them. But they'll still take the free food.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag emotional rape. No, I'm just joking. But it's funny, though.
I hear you, bro.
Walk that walk. Why don't women pursue men more often? That's because at the end of the day, women are lazy. They want you to bow down to them. That's what I think it is.
Oh, negative.
Only someone homeless would say something like that. But what do you expect?
Is usually.
I think women don't pursue men more often is because women are not accustomed to rejection. You know, men are more accustomed to rejection because we've had to endure more rejection in life normally than women, because women are pursued more often and it's more regular. Women get hollered at, you know, can get hollered at 10 times a day. It's whether they receive it or not. But, you know, I think that's probably the best reason.
You know what's a crazy example of that? But I know it's a show, but I'm sure there's women out here that pursue men like this. Mrs. Parker and Professor.
Oh yeah.
He harassed the shit out of that man, and if it was vice versa, his ass would have been locked up.
Yeah, no, you better believe it. If he's Pepe Le Pew, he'd be erased from the cartoon history. Yes. You know, and Miss Parker was definitely Pepe Le Pew. Heavy Pepe Le Pew. So now that he said that, Shan, how do you handle that? Have you ever been rejected by someone that you wanted that was had what you look, or just like had some dick? You was like, I'm trying to take that. What's up?
No, I've never.
I don't really work that way. You know what I mean? Like, how'd you handle it?
I've never been rejected by a man I wanted. Same time, when I did pursue men that did not have any clue that I wanted them in any way, I did it in a joking way. It wasn't like I really expected the action from the outcome of what I was doing. I did it just to see if I could do it. Not that, I really want this. I was just seeing if I could do it. That's it.
Oh, okay. So you haven't had to handle rejection.
No.
Can we get some ladies calling in that have been rejected by men, please, and let us know how you handled it? I'm just trying to, like the young brother said, it happens at such a minimal rate. Like we don't even have footage of this. It's like almost an extinct animal, you know. So can we get some slow motion replays of how a woman was rejected by the man that they pursued? You know, and listen, if it was embarrassing, we're not telling nobody. You know, this is always a judgment-free zone when we do this. So, you know, let us know. You know, I'm trying to hear, because, like you said, men get rejected all the time. We get rejected sometimes when we're not even trying nothing. What were we saying?
I have a question. I feel like the man rejection to a woman is when men be like, oh, hey, that's dope. That's my homegirl, when she really was being nice to you because she wanted you. But the way that you nicely downplay her is you call her your homegirl so she knows her position. Because there are a lot of men who are out here talking about, oh, that's just my friend, my homegirl, but y'all fuck whenever you want to fuck, not when she wants to fuck.
Oh, okay. Yes, when you put it in that perspective, yes, that is some things that men will do. But also, let's put asterisks by that. That is usually when they're not attracted, and I'm talking about the woman's not attractive. So sometimes they be like, I can't let my boys know I'm smashing this.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean? Because I had a personal friend of mine who did that, and then ended up marrying the woman. That's a story for a whole nother day. But he definitely was coming to the squad going, "Oh, that's just my jump ball, this, that, and third," because we thought she was ugly as shit. And then 5-10 years later down the line, they married with a kid. And we just like, so she still jump off, or like, what y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like, you can't hide it, men. We know because that's what men do. They hump up on ugly girls behind closed doors, and we can't get that to the squad because it'll go on your permanent record. You got to get caught. But I think that's usually where that comes from, is when we're looking, and the guy's like, "Now this ain't usually up to my standards."
Yeah.
So I, act like, "Oh, that's just the homie. That's what she is," and we're like, But then you see them at 2 a.m. in the diner, and you're like, what the hell, y'all? What did y'all be talking about at this time of night? You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's where that usually comes from. But I'm gonna do this breakdown. I'm gonna run through these. You want to run through these messages real quick, and I hit the breakdown from my side.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it.
They take it for granted. I'm trying to pursue a guy right now. He is inconsistent, and I have to drop him. I just have to.
Ooh, that is another thing.
That we take it for granted?
No, that inconsistency shit. That shit is a fucking turnoff.
Oh yeah, and also, young lady, is the guy you're pursuing light skinned? Because
no.
If you are pursuing a light-skinned male, stop and save yourself your time. These niggas think they too good to date y'all when they're pursuing you. Do not waste your time with light-skinned men of the black community. Let me tell you that right now. So if you're pursuing a light-skinned man, save your time and let them come after you, ladies. Don't even waste your breath. Back to these messages.
That sound like some crazy ass motherfuckers. People just like being crazy these days. That's what I would agree on, I guess. That sounds terrible.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I think women do pursue men more than we think, but the pursuit is more subtle or overt. And it's really not pursuing as if they're initiating or trying to get at you like that. Some do, but usually it's just choosing signs and signals to let you know that they're available for you to pursue them. That's their form of pursuit. So when you can catch up on that and you can sniff it out, you'll do better with picking up on those signs. But like Dungeon had said, a lot of times us as men, especially as young men, before we kind of get game, you'll be oblivious to that, and you don't even know that she's trying to kind of like non-verbally say, come holler. Because, women don't deal with rejection the same way we do. Or should they have to? But that's just a little sidebar.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Now it just depends on the maturity of the man that you're dealing with. Your average young boy who's full of play, yeah, he gonna go with the move and take advantage just to get his penis wet, But if you're dealing with a real man, that's not gonna attract him. So it just depends on the maturity level of the man that you're dealing with. Most young men, yeah, they're gonna take advantage of it like an animal, Just depend on where each one is, honestly, and the type of woman you like dealing with. Because most aggressive women like that, I don't mean no disrespect to anybody, but they hoes, man. Ooh. At least the ones I've ran across and seen, they hoes, man. Not no real decent woman gonna get on like that. She know that's not natural.
So the hoes have the aggression? Is that what we have right now?
It's some professional CEO, executives, lawyers who are very particular about the men they keep that are very fucking aggressive.
And I can tell you, for one, with my experience with a few women that have actually pursued me, that's what their ranking was. They were like, you know, top premier women in their field. You know, it was either like a doctor or, you know, she was a super senior executive somewhere. She was making a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like they, like you said, they're very particular. So instead of, you know, they're already good looking probably. So instead of wasting time letting all these dudes holler at you, they're like, no, I'm just gonna go get what I want.
Yeah.
And I know they weren't hoes because they definitely weren't quick to give it up. And that's one thing I think we confuse is like some men may think, oh, she came after me. I gotta be able to smash immediately. Nah, bro. She's just going and pursuing you the same way you should pursue a woman in a date. Doesn't mean you don't get the fuck the first night. She just went on and initiated things. But you definitely not guaranteed to smash, you know, no matter how good, because she'll be looking at you like, whoa, just because I gave you the number or asked you out doesn't mean you fucking. You know what I mean? So,
and there's some women who may have a lifestyle and a career that's very strict, very rule based, and then when they meet men, they usually pursue men that they can train, and they'll tell you what the rules are, and how they deal with you is their release.
Yep. Facts. These are facts. Let's get back to these messages.
Ain't nothing worse than a thirsty woman, man. Thirsty woman, bro. Leave me. She a thirst bucket. She wide open with it, dog. At least, you know, the ones I've seen like that. They not worth even wasting your time with. They more of a headache than anything.
So, with that, Shane, can you give an example of what a thirsty woman comes off as like? Because once again, this is rare footage. I don't get to see these thirsty women in the act. You know, it's very rare, in my opinion, that they come around unless there's another version of them that I haven't seen or I haven't been acknowledging.
A thirsty woman always talks about what she can do to you in front of people. She tries to put you on the spot. A thirsty woman come over and grope you and want you to say something or push her away. A thirsty woman gets more turned on by how many times you tell her no. A thirsty woman will wear revealing things where you can like see most of her titty. One sneeze away from the nipple. I didn't know you can see like my panty line, or I didn't know you could see through this. You knew you could see through the shit.
They definitely did.
Yeah, they're very out in the open. Every day is like, ooh, I'm looking to play out my favorite porn scene every day with a man. I'm pursuing a man that I see with the ring on to see how strong his marriage is. That's a thirsty woman. She doesn't have any values, any standards, any boundaries in what she would do. She just wants to do whatever she wants.
So a thirsty woman is equivalent to a man being just a dirtbag, basically.
Yeah. Yes.
The dirtbag manly daily activities is what actual thirsty woman was.
She might take 15 minutes to an hour break in between different dicks.
Oh man. Okay. I got all right. She's very thirsty. That's Las Vegas thirsty. All right, get back to these messages.
Chad, what you talking about though is passively pursuing a man. That's passively pursuing a man, not aggressively pursuing a man. Giving a man cues and still having him be having to what's it called? Be the you know, to initiate. That's not the same thing.
So the reason why I brought up that version of pursuing a man is because Big Boy was talking about how unattractive it is for a woman to be aggressive and pursue a man. And I was saying that to show that women don't have to be aggressive and they can still be pursuing a man. And when it comes to what women do, even your parents, if they're married, if I was a daughter to my mom and she was still married to my dad, she would tell me that, yeah, I know you can put up the cabinet yourself, but you're married, so act like you can't put up the cabinet yourself so he can do it, so he could feel like more of a leader in your household and let him do it. So it's kind of like women have to passively, they don't have to, but the way that you stroke your man's ego and build his confidence is making him feel needed. So just because you can do everything yourself, you kind of make that man feel like you need him to get things done. Just to have some balance in the household. And that is also within your relationship, allowing your man to feel needed, wanted, and appreciated because he did something around your household. And that is a passive pursuit, but you're still pursuing your man. You're still showing your man during your relationship, during your marriage, that you are needed because you did this for me. You made my household better.
The male ego is fragile, as we know.
Listen.
It is fragile.
And that's why I'm single to this day, because I'm just like, well, why the fuck I gotta act like I can't do it so he can feel good about himself? I don't want to. My friends be like, just let him do it. Let him put on
the tire. Stop fixing cars, Shan. Damn. We gotta have something. You were there putting engines on the mountain shit. Come on, man.
Why I gotta act like I can't cut my grass? Why I gotta let them cut it? You know what I'm saying? I have a problem with falling back.
I feel you on that. You definitely have to. You would need a man that's secure in that, who doesn't care about shit, because that's just been from generation to generation, and I get it. So I understand, but what I want to get, I'm getting at some of these women that's in the room, because look at here. We done had only 2 women that came out now and said that one, Izzy, I believe, kind of expressed that she will go after a man, especially if he has his shit together, might have on a suit, kind of like a woman of the 70s, when men were wearing suits to do everything. And the other young lady definitely is pursuing a light-skinned man, so that don't even count. So ladies, come on back and let us know how you feel about pursuing men. We want to hear from the women too. We're getting the men perspectives, and the male perspective is going to come. But we want to hear from some of these ladies. Let's get back to these messages.
Well, all the old examples I know, the people I know that come from back in the day, they say the man pursued them. It's like scripture say, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. So most people I know that have successful relationships that's been that long, it's been the other way around from the way the queen explained. It'd be the man found her and made her his wife.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that for the most part. From the male point of view, yes, all of the stories I've heard coming up too with successful relationships has been the man pursued the woman, and that's all. We're generally going to hit it. That's why I wanted to have this conversation tonight, to see how often this is happening on the other side. If women are sneaking and pursuing men, if not, and kind of why y'all just like, nah, fuck all that. You know what I mean? So with Shan saying, it's hard for you to back down, I can definitely see why it would be easy for you to pursue. Feel like, well, I ain't backing down. I ain't gonna kiss ass, but if I want something, I'm gonna go get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? F your ego, bro. So I get it. Back to the message.
Now these days, they're bringing that back, that feminine movement. Would you say a guy is feminine if they letting their girl slap him on the ass out in public, or would you think that's just a congratulations salute or something? I don't know. What do y'all think about that? My bad.
Okay, so truth moment. I don't understand why in sports, especially basketball, players, coaches like tapping grown man's asses in games. That is like slightly like, what the fuck? Why is that a thing? But I don't play sports, so okay. But for me, as a woman that was in relationships with men, I'm not grabbing my man's ass in public. And I prefer men that don't even want me behind them too long, where they assume I'm too close to their ass. I don't like that ass play. I don't like being with men who are comfortable with ass play. That is not my thing. So I'm not grabbing your ass. But if I am grabbing your ass cheeks, oh, you within. Okay. You are within when I'm grabbing ass cheeks. But I'm not ass cheeks in public. I'm not doing that.
That's the only time where it's masculine, where it's okay, because you like, get up in there. You're like, and don't come out. Man's like, this is the only time I'm let you grab or smack my ass is when you put further in. Like, that's real. That's 100% real. I definitely gotta get at you, Shan. You know, you ain't gonna be disrespecting basketball, okay? What you see on the basketball court stays on the basketball court. Now, that has been a congratulations for what men, what men do, and they working on that court for years. And as a matter of fact, the better the play you get, the harder your ass gets smacked. Now, it's not something that's supposed to be sexualized. What it really is, like, if you dunk on somebody, you watch when that guy, the team calls a timeout and that guy goes to the corner. Somebody gonna wind up and smack his ass harder than it's ever been smacked before. And it's not even fun. But it's to say, great play, young brother. We're happy out here embarrassing the other team. That is all that's happening with basketball ass smacking. No funny stuff at all. It's the NBA. That's what we do. So back to these messages. And if any of you men are out here having butt play with your girls, call in and let us know. Because we're going to judge you a little bit. We're going to ask why. So call us in and talk to us about it. Back to the messages.
Let's say that a woman pursues a man and she successfully gets into the relationship with him. Could it be that could possibly make a bad habit of, like, let's say she's pregnant for 9 months and, the relationship is based on her pursuing him, and that having been the foundation of it and maybe the continuation of it, that she may still be pursuing him while she's 9 months pregnant, you know what I mean? Versus the other way around where, a man pursues a woman and he's made a habit of courting her and pursuing her in whatever fashion, that he's still going to be pursuing her in his heart when she's 9 months pregnant. I know that sounds cheesy, but I hope you guys get what I'm saying. I'm wondering if there's a thought there.
I'm gonna let you go on that one first, yeah.
Okay, break that down. What he said again.
I'm thinking it sounds like he's saying basically, is this going to become a bad habit for the man in the relationship where, since he pursued him, I guess the woman kind of is handling the whole relationship and pursuing.
It depends. It's like a ping pong thing. You do this, I do this, but I'm still the leader of this household. I'm still the leader in this relationship. Now, there are some men that just like a woman to just bully, tell them what to do. They like when they cuss, it's a turn on to them. They like the drama. It's like foreplay, and then the fucking's amazing later. Some men like that shit. I don't understand it, but some men like that. To me, I like being with a man that says less, but actions do more. And I know that this is a moment where I need to shut the hell up and just I know that he has it. I know that he can handle this. I have all belief in we don't need to talk anymore. He said what he said. I don't have to bring it up anymore. When the due date comes, it's already handled, right? With that man, I'm not questioning him. Ain't no arguments. What he said is what he said, and we're done.
Yeah.
Some men will say, okay, I'm going to do it. And then women will wait until the time comes up for it to get done. They'll check to see if they made any actions toward it and nothing's done. Behind his back, they'll go ahead and take care of it. And then when that date passes, they'll bring it up and be like, and I told you to do this, and you said you was going to do it, and you ain't never do it, so I had to do it myself. So what the fuck you here for?
Yeah. So, see, this is what he was saying. I kind of feel like goes back to what Big Boy's been saying.
Yeah.
Is now we're talking about you being a male and not handling your business. Now, at some point, you're supposed to just take the wheel. So if a woman pursues you, that's cool, that's cute. All right, I got it. We did that. I'm still head of this relationship though.
Right.
And I'm doing that straight out. Now there's no more need to pursue because yes, I was fortunate enough that you bagged me or whatever, but we're working 50-50 on this and I'm still gonna be head of this household. So we don't need you to pursue all the rest of the house. Like if that's almost to me a bad sign. That women should look at
because some men that allow a woman to pursue throughout the whole relationship, they're usually looking for their moms.
Yeah.
Looking for a woman to be like, go do this and do that and buy this and make sure you do this and wear this and don't eat like that and we go in here and blah blah blah. And so it's kind of like, who the fuck got the dick in the relationship?
Yeah, and men, please understand, we see that shit. Your boys see, like, and we talk about you. We ain't gonna say it to your face because it's probably gonna hurt your feelings. But we talk about you when you there and you about 5 feet over getting the beer. Well, look at this bitch ass nigga over here. Yeah, woman holding his man purse for him. She got her man purse wrapped around. She said, Jerome, come here. Get my lip gloss out of my purse while she's holding.
What we see, remember, like when we go to our cookouts, when we go to our parties, I'm ready to go. I'm in the car. Go get my stuff and let's go. Well, I gotta see y'all later.
Yeah, what? I be like, yo, look, you boys go instigate. Like, you just gonna let her talk to you like that? Right. You just gonna let her talk to you like that? Like that, yo, bro. Listen, man, we see all that shit, and we it seems like joking about it, but we calling you a bitch ass nigga when you leave. Don't think we. Back to the messages. Oh, we got a female here.
Good evening, guys. How are you? This is Bella in the house. Not for the last person, but the person of the second one. The homeless guy. Yeah, him.
Okay.
He don't know what he's talking about.
Wow. Sounds like we got room beef here. Hey. So homeless guy, Bella says, you don't know what you're talking about, and then proceeded to put on some Arabian theme music. So you need to get back here and tell her that you do know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And Bella, call back in and let us know exactly what he didn't know what he was talking about, because that was a minute back there. You know what I mean? Room beef alert. Back to the messages.
I'm going to keep it real, ladies. Sometimes you guys confuse inconsistent with the man who's actually busy and has a purpose. You want a man who's consistent and gives you all his energy and attention, get you a homeless man. You'll be just fine.
No. Men, I prefer a man that's fucking busy. But when he says, hey, Friday, we gonna do X, Y, and Z, don't worry about it. Friday, I got you. When Friday comes, I'm not going to be the first one speaking of, oh, okay, what we doing today. He is going to be the first one that's speaking. I don't have to remind him Thursday night, remember you said Friday. He is already on top of the shit. Yep. Men are consistent for the women they want and the woman they want. Men who don't want to keep the woman, that knows a woman feels like that's the best she can do and that's her top shelf, they just dog and do whatever the fuck they want, and they just as inconsistent as ever because they feel like she's not going anywhere.
Let me tell you how factual what young Shane just said is. Men will be consistent for the woman they want. One, it's hard to be consistent for multiple women. You tell you that right now. Damn near impossible. So if you are getting a man who's giving you consistency, oh, that brother really likes you or loves you. Because to make sure that he's on time, showing the love and attention that you need and you're demanding or that you want, and that's a lot for a man. You know what I mean? But it's not a lot. It's not a burden to us if we're willing and wanting to do it for that one special woman. You know what I mean? So if you're getting consistency out of a man, don't beat him down too hard, because he actually is interested in you. Because like she said, if if he's not, we just willy-nilly and all over the place. He call you once a week, hit you with the WYA text, you know what I mean? You up, all them texts where, we ain't hit you in a few days. If we doing that, we're probably light-skinned or we're not taking you that seriously. So, just be aware. Those are definitely fair warning signs. Back to the messages.
Pretty hard because they CEOs and executives and professionals and lawyers and all that. That don't mean that they not no hoe. It's just not the natural instinct of a woman to go out pursuing men. And I'm just telling you from what I've seen, most aggressive women like that, they got highly sexual behavior. They see something they want, they go and get it, and they use that to their advantage. And I just have never seen a good outcome when you deal with aggressive women like that. I just haven't.
All right.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the gentleman who said it, but I think the reason why a lot of women don't, like decent women don't pursue men most of the time is because men do see it kind of hoish. And to me, it's not natural either. So a woman pursuing a man hard in that type of situation, it just always seems kind of weird. Guys don't know how to take it the same way as they know how to pursue. So they're not going to be at ease with it. So there's a natural kind of thing that happens when a guy is showing interest in a woman. So I think more women just don't do it because it's not always fruitful and not always received in the way that it should be if she does pursue him.
So, if that's the thought process, what do you do when there's something or someone out there that you want who's not paying you no mind? Like, are you just going to be like, well, I guess I'll just let this pass? Because as a woman, you don't want to come off as hoish. I'm confused with this, the whole, I get it that it's not natural, but I'm talking about in situations where there's dire need to pursue someone where it's like, oh, that's what I want. He's what I've been wanting. He doesn't know, blah, blah, blah. So, and he does, or he might be shy. There are men out here, Shan, that we know who just don't have no fucking game.
Yep.
And to me, I think we might have had this discussion before. I kind of brought up that those are the men who just hang around females all the time because they don't have game. And they're the ones that are always, oh, this is my male friend, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, what are you getting by hanging out all these women all the time, but you ain't fucking none of them? Because these men, and I've spoken to them, don't know what to say, so they hang around for moments and to be there when the time is right. Oh, my man just cheated on me. Henry, come over here and eat my pussy. Then they get what they want. But I've never seen a guy with game who just constantly hanging around females all the time and have just nothing but female friends, except pimps, But I'm trying to figure out, ladies, what do you do when that guy that you want is not paying you no mind? And like we have this hoish aura around a woman who's aggressive and pursues. So what do? Do we just miss out? What do you think about that, Sharon? Do you just miss out? Well, you said you got what you want every time. So
I'm not missing out on no man that I want, because when you pursue a man as a woman and he don't receive you, then guess what? He don't receive you. That ain't your man. You got your answer. There's no questioning. There's no wondering. There's no unsureness. You got your answer. He don't vibe with you. He don't get you. That's not your man. There is not a loss because I didn't do anything but shoot my shot.
Yeah, we're not going to play games with you. Don't be like, yeah, sure, come on over. I was gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I got a woman. Because if a man I got a woman, that nigga means
if he says he got a woman up front, he don't want to.
Yeah, he's not even remotely interested.
I respect it. I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And once I get to this breakdown about it, we'll see how that works that way. Let's get back to the
thirsty woman, bro. She always showing her teeth in her behind. Go talk to the old folks, man. The old folks say you show them your teeth, you showing them your behind. Believe it. I mean, look at the time we in, man. That's why these women get on how they get on, man. You don't know what a thirst bucket is, bro. You can spot them from a mile away who want all the attention.
Man, the loudest in the room. Go through their Instagram. All it is selfies, pictures with the ass first, face second, bent over, can't stand up straight, always tight, never posting a picture with their natural face.
Never.
Always get their hair done. You never seen them without their hair being done. And what's so crazy is those are the most insecure women.
You got that right. Because if you can't show that natural beauty, I ain't trying to hear it. You know what I mean? You can't show that morning face, or you can't run out to the store early in the day with, just throwing on a hoodie and some sweats. Oh, sorry, lady. Must be rough. Must be rough life out there. You got to find yourself a homeless love doctor.
Listen.
Yo, she's check it out. You're right. Thirsty women do act like that. The only thing is when a man do that, he's a creep or he's he's whatever this service and name you can pick in the book, he's gonna be that. So it's weird. And if things don't go right, she could say he attacked her or whatever. So it's just strange dynamics. But anyway, I don't know. Overly aggressive women, it's not really attractive, especially to a masculine man. It's like, you know what I mean? You always looking at it with the side eye, for real.
Yeah, like you can't be on all the time. And one thing I would like to see happen this year, and if not this year, next year, women that false accuse men of harassing them or sexually abusing them or whatever, and those men do time, I need those women to do time.
Sharon, that is such a conversation that needs to be had. Needs to be.
Like people lose 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of their life because a woman had a bad dream and she thought it was him, or she really something happened, or he was in the vicinity after something happened and he was the right height, or he was just black, and they lose their whole life. And then you have this system that thinks it's okay to use citizens' tax-paying dollars to pay them $1 million for the 10 years they lost, the 20 years they lost. That shit is not right.
That's like I said, that's when we got to do that one, because I got some shit about that one. And I actually, a lot of women I know out there have some shit about that one too, in the exact way you were just talking about it, because it ain't all just the Me Too thing. Now there's a lot of women that going looking at these other chicks with the side eye like, what? Because a lot of this is also being based off of attractiveness. And we're going to keep it real. Oh, I'm not attracted to him, so now this is assault. This is harassment, compared to if Dennis with the tight shirt and the pecs came to the office and did the exact same thing. Oh, that's cute. That's okay. You know what I mean? He rubbed your shoulders. He's like, oh, Dennis, stop. You can't be.
We seen it in elementary school. A bad kid does something that's not attractive and liked by all the teacher. Go to the principal's office. A cute kid, a girl or boy does something. Oh, stop. Let's do this. Oh, you so silly. Like it's all this link. Like cute tax is a real thing.
Yes. You know what? There's somebody in this room tonight that has been getting ugly tax his whole life. And I would like to know what kind of struggles he went through in high school. So homeless love doctor, come to the front of the choir and talk to us about what kind of assault and harassment you were put through when you were in high school and through college. We'd like to hear from you. But yeah, Shan, that one's gonna get deep. But let's get back to these messages.
Another reason why women don't pursue men is because if it don't go right, you pursued her, so it's your fault. You came after her, so it's your fault.
Blame game.
So that's another reason why she's alleviating that she chose you. You chose her.
Okay. So it doesn't hurt as much. The knife wound doesn't hurt. Gotcha.
Like, I have an answer for that question above. Sperms follow the egg. It's not the opposite thing.
What'd you say?
I said, okay, science. Come on, science. I'm an old sperm. I'm a great swimmer. So you see,
Well, see, oftentimes when women say they don't need a man, then they won't get one, because you got to understand, it is, you could say fragile ego, but what it is a man's main thing in life a lot of times is purpose. He wants to be purposeful. So if you don't need him, but for nothing but dick, and then you call him a fuckboy, for that reality, whose fault is that?
Oh yeah, and we've already come to the the conclusion that women that are saying that are insecure anyway. So we know there's some underlying trauma there when a woman's saying the whole "I don't need a man for nothing," and ain't no man trying to hear that shit all the time. Just like Shan, like you were saying, when the elders are like, I know you can do it, but let him show you. It is so much about his ego. It's fragile. It is just like, let him have his too. Like, because it also makes you look bad when you doing the most. And it's like, out. Like, you ain't got to do all that. Like, let me be the man too. I want to be the man in this relationship. Let me be that. So I definitely feel him on that.
Yeah, and my problem is I don't trust a man I'm continuously getting to know to have it for me.
Wait, say that again?
I don't trust a man that I'm continuously getting to know to have it for me. Like, I got you. I don't trust that.
Oh, okay. So
because I don't trust that, I don't want to pursue a relationship with a man when I'm mentally not ready to put my arms down and let him have the space to get it.
So what if he shows you that consistency and you're trying to avoid seeing it, but you can't?
No, I never avoid seeing the action be done, but I'm just at an age where you can't tell me all the cute shit. You just gotta show me.
Yeah. Nah, at this, when you're in our age demographic, it's about the show. It ain't about the talking no more. The talking's for the early 20s. At this age, there's got to be all action with words.
Holla. Your girl got merch. You already know where it's at. It's at www. There's 3 W's. whoisshan.com. Okay. I got my books are on that website. That is my personal website. You got the feed for the show for So What Page We On Bed. She Gets a Podcast and Cozy Womb Podcast. And if you go on the shops page, you will see all the shops. You will see Loudmouth Shop. Okay. You will see Cozy Womb Shop. You will see Who Is Shan Shop. You will see She Gets It Shop. And you will see Mama's Cozy Closet Shop. All right. So get some merch. All right. Because if it don't move, I move it. Because I like to move it. Okay. I'm not going to have no merch just sit. If it ain't moving, it's telling me that y'all don't want it. And I want to continually create something that y'all want. So back to the show, but don't say I never told you so. Boost.
You know what I mean? Back to the message.
My answer to that question is that the sperms follow the egg, and it's not the other way around. I think. Yeah, period.
Yes, Hassan. I agree.
All right.
You had said, like aspect, but nowadays in 2021, a lot of guys is eating both holes. So would you say, like, only on occasions would you do that, like in a marriage relationship, or have you ever got that far? Because you said ass play. No, I understand that, but are they allowed to use their tongue or something? I'm just asking. It's 2021. I'm just asking the question. That's all. I don't know.
Okay, homeless love doc.
Oh God.
I've been treated like soup. I have been slurped from the front to the back, from the back to the front. Okay. Did we have a discussion on what had happened? No, we don't need to have no discussion. I felt everything. We don't need to talk about it. But I know where you were last night. You know what I'm saying? I know what you did last summer. You know what I'm saying? But I need the man that I'm with to know my mouth does not go there. Okay? You too thick as a man for my mouth to be in that hole of yours. So that's not a question. You ain't asking me. I'm not touching your prostate. Fuck all of that shit. We gonna focus on these balls and this dick and whatever else you got. But I'm not into no man that wants me to pursue any holes and with objects. No, that's a no for me.
All right. So you're cutting out pegging. Okay, cool. Ooh. But if it's true love, because men will say things like, well, if you really love me, you'll let me hit raw. Will we not? That's what we'll say. We'll say some dumb shit like that. But what if your man, who you are truly in love with, goes, baby, if you love me, you're going to eat my ass tonight?
That's a lie.
Oh, what? Homeless love doctor, call back in. The doctor is being called to the office. Like you telling me a man would never say something like that? What if you?
I'm not saying a man would never say something like that. I'm just saying my mouth is not. You better find a pussy condom and put on your asshole of yours. I'm not doing.
So you don't care how clean your man is, how handsome he is. You just not gonna eat his ass.
It's just not manly. You spreading your cheeks for your girl? What the fuck? No.
Whoa. Who said anything about spreading cheeks?
If you think about a man getting his ass ate, there's no position that a man can be in to get his ass ate that's not feminine to me.
What about standing up?
How tight is your ass? Your ass is loose, so I'm gonna have to spread your cheeks. That's feminine to me.
Listen, standing is something we all do. Listen, see, the women want the equal opportunity, but y'all don't want to do things equally. I don't understand this. So you just talk about you got treated like soup, but your man got to get treated like salad. Listen, I'm gonna eat a little bit, but I ain't gonna finish it. I
didn't ask you to treat me like soup, but whatever is good for his digestive system, do what you do, sir.
Yo, I need the Homeless Love Doctor to call back in and explain to the ladies how they're eating booty nowadays also. Because
I'm not that woman.
There was a whole lecture about this the other day, and women are out here eating booty. They
are. I'm not eating it. I'm sorry.
They're doing it. I don't know. I think you gotta fall deep. You gotta fall deep. He's providing everything. He's doing everything in the bed section. What if he's just like, it's my birthday? Can I please? That's all I need. One time. How many to take? Yeah. Okay. It's all right. It may happen, one day sneak up on you. You be like, what am I doing? And you gonna remember this talk, and you gonna have to cry a bit. But it's all right. It's okay. Back to the messages. Oh yeah, by the way, what you call it? Homeless Love Dot. That girl dished you, and you have said nothing about it. Just throwing it out there.
Oh Lord.
One of the things I remember from reality TV years ago, was Chrissy and Jim Jones, and Chrissy was always pursuing Jim, and she actually asked him to marry her on the show. They never got married. So he liked having her around, and he was used to her being the one pursuing, and it didn't work out. So that was an example of not doing it. But yeah, I think it's an odd space, and every man can't handle being pursued. And that's probably why a lot of women don't do it. It's just not going to always end up being good, strong relationships in the end.
Let me tell you something. Jim Jones and Chrissy, that woman's beautiful. She's smart, but she's not intelligent when it comes to loving. because
I don't know.
you ain't about to have me on national television propose to you 2 times and one more, and we still ain't married. We just boyfriend and girlfriend for the last 30 plus years. Are you bugging?
Yeah, and I get it because now, I guess in the newer season, now they're trying to do the role reversal, where he's like, "I'm gonna give you the wedding you want, Chrissy." She's like, "Nah, I'm kind of good with this situation." I'm like, "No, don't try that because you want to get your face up off the floor from a few years back. Now he's pursuing you. Listen, we all know what Jim Jones is about. We all know niggas like that. They're in
commitment, man.
Yeah, like he not, and the whole thing is, it's fine that he's not scared of commitment because he's gonna keep living and doing everything with you anyway because you're safe. You're what he's used to. You're giving him, what is that? The cow. Why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? That's Jim Jones. He's getting the milk for free. The cow is just gonna stay there because he also has the money from the milk.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So your grandmothers tell women, don't move in with him if he don't get you a ring. Don't do A and Z if he don't get you a ring. Don't do this if he ain't marrying you or showing you any actions too. And women today just like, today's different. I'm gonna do it my way, and you doing it your way for the last 15 to 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I'm gonna throw this disclaimer out there right now. I am all totally against a woman proposing to a man.
Okay.
Right now, that I ain't even gotta have a conversation about that. I think that a woman should never get down on her knee ever and propose to a man.
Wait. I have something for this.
I already put this in my notes. Ain't no woman allowed to propose.
Listen, women are not supposed to get down on one knee and propose to no man. Okay? What women do when they're pursuing other women and they propose, that's none of my business. Okay? That's not my forte. But the knees are for the women to get down upon. For a man to explode. Do that. Both of the knees, but we're not getting down on one knee to proposing to no man.
Yeah, nah, I can't. Any woman that's down with that, you're gonna hear a lot of negative things from me because I can't get down with that at all. Yeah. Now the app is warning me that we backed up on messages, so let me go on and run through a few.
Well, also men are naturally more aggressive and naturally more assertive and naturally more masculine for the most part, and women usually are the opposite. For a woman usually to pursue a man, she has to really, really, really find him attractive and have a high interest level. She's not just doing that randomly. But for men, I know some men, I've even done this, sometimes we'll pursue women just for the chase or the hunt or practice or to sharpen our game. So I think that's the difference in pursuit, and that's why you see men pursuing more than women, because we're expected to, one, and we just come at it from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's something to think about.
That's true, because for men, it definitely is like a sport. If you ever hear men call themselves wolves or a pack of wolves, that's the stuff they be talking about when it comes to pursuing women. Is wolves go after they prey. That's how it is for us. So I feel that. Like that, yo.
Yo, that's because who raised you. When you see dudes like that, you gotta look at them like, who the fuck raised you? Who raised you?
Yeah.
Boys need their daddies. They gotta stop and cut that shit out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just real quick to kind of chime in on the concept of role reversal. I think earlier in the conversation, Dungeon had mentioned that, sometimes the type of women that will pursue or be aggressive are the career women or the women that are well off or, got money, which is cool. But what these young brothers got to understand is, because a lot of times they think that's so cool to have a woman that got money when they don't, as if that's a little lightweight pimping or macking. But I tell you, brother, it's a thin line between a player and a gigolo. You dig what I'm saying? So if you living off a woman, if she got the bag and you don't, and she come home after a long day at the office and you over here playing PlayStation and shit, and she start telling you to do the goddamn dishes and sweep and cook and run her bath, then you better do it. And she talking to you because you acting like a little fucking boy. Nigga, get some money.
Hey, you need a place to stay.
Yeah.
You about to get evicted. You better do what she say. Telling you, homosexuals, man.
So the answer to how you get a man to have interest in you, I feel like just like when people are married couples, women do this all the time where they kind of find a way to get the message to the man so that he thinks that he's valued, that he's liked or whatever, and needed. So when you're trying to let a man know that you're interested, you can find a way to get the interest. If you don't want him to be interested, you can do things to block the interest. So if you put it out there without looking like you're pursuing, you can still draw interest from a man. And if he wants to pursue you after you've done that, good. If he doesn't, then he's not interested. So you won't pursue him.
Okay. I hear that.
Dante, this might help you to make it make sense. Would you raise your daughter to go and find a man? Would you raise your daughter to flirt or aggressively find a man that she's interested in? I'm sure you probably wouldn't. It's just not natural, brother. It's just not natural. It's not a job's woman to go and find a man. It's a man's job to go and find a woman. So if she sees something, if she's seeing something she like and she's going for it, she's going out of her natural order. That's just the way I see it, bro.
Yes, sir. No, I feel you, big boy. Once again, I'm not confused on this. This is just a conversation. I'm basically all with you on. I wouldn't ever tell my daughter to pursue any type of man. Matter of fact, my whole time is going to be spent on telling her what type of men to avoid. So I'm definitely all for, doing it the original way. I just, I had this tonight, this conversation. We wanted to have it just to, make you think a little bit and have a healthy conversation like we have, and that's all. But I'm not pro women pursuing men at all. I'm just, we just trying to see how y'all feel out here.
And I think another reason women are not afraid to pursue when they do is because they have more of an abundant mind state. And most men have more of a scarcity mind state. Meaning, even the average looking woman, like a 4 or a 5, usually has more options than a higher value man.
That's fact.
And not to say she exercises those options, because some women have a bunch of options. They have no intention of fucking with the nigga, but they just kind of use that like an emotional vampire and just use them for attention. But they have more options. I mean, look at their inboxes. Women get hollered at every day, multiple times. It's not the same for men. So I think that's why women aren't afraid to approach. And a real man ain't afraid to do the same thing, but it's just a different dynamic.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree.
Shan, you right, Shan. You making me misty over here. Talk that shit. Yeah, man. They gotta stop with this bullshit. They definitely gotta stop with this bullshit. You bring a tears to my eyes, though. I hear you. I appreciate that, because this shit is stupid. Whole Me Too movement got carried away.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna leave this. I don't want to change the topic. I want y'all to stay on top. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna leave it. All these. He got 15 accusers, 16 accusers. That's new Me Too shit. This shit ain't never happened before. And the more people, the less those accusations have to have any validity to them. So people could just say and say and say and say and say, oh yeah, he did it to me too. Oh, me too, me too, me too. 20 people. What did he do? Well, you don't have to verify the validity. The numbers make it up, which is bullshit. If you ever heard about what happened with Justin Bieber, where the 2 girls on Twitter tried to get him and he had receipts, they deleted their account and tried to disappear, and he went after them legally. So hopefully this Me Too shit will get the right kick in the ass and they'll stop the bullshit.
The sad part is it won't, because What was that white lady's name that made up a whole lie on Cosby just to be a part of one of the women, and then she retracted it?
I forgot her name, but I know you're talking about. She came in all like
Janet, and she was like, "Oh no, that didn't happen." Bitch, you should have shut the fuck up because you had nothing to do with what was going on, and they got this man in a box, dog.
If I'm gonna drop a little hardcore on you. Me Too started with Emmett Till, man.
Ugh.
Think about that.
And that's the thing, because if that white old ass lady gonna say today that no, he do what them people killed him for, then her ass need to be fucking in a fucking cell.
But guess what? She got to just reveal that on her deathbed because she thought the gates of heaven was just gonna open for her if she let that out.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, by the way, that little black boy ain't do that. He ain't deserve that. You gonna let me in? I'm like, come on, bro. Like that's where that mentality started, and it is now carried today. And I knew this was gonna happen. See, but like, not getting off topic, but I feel like it's also mixing in with cancel culture, and it's all getting all kinds of confused now. And that's where it's starting to become a problem, because it's like, were you even part of this, or do you just not like this person and want them to be canceled? So you just like, and he did it to me. That's why with Governor Cuomo, people are like, bruh, come on, man. He wasn't out here sexually harassing all these women. This is just, you didn't like him, you was working with him, and it's a problem. Like, maybe you rubbed the shoulder of one girl the wrong way, and now we just doing this. Like, but I tell you, it's gonna have to be a whole show on that, because it's gonna get grisly. That show will get down and dirty, but it has, that talk has to be had. Fuck it. Like, ain't nobody out here hiding from people. Say what you need to say. Shit. Back to the messages.
And another thing, She Gets It Pod. Great name, very descriptive, because listening to you for this last 20, 30 minutes or whatever, you do get it. And I appreciate you having an honest perspective as a woman and being unbiased and calling women out on their bullshit sometimes. So you get it. Props to you, respect to you. You definitely get it. Yeah, she gets it.
Listen, I got 5 brothers, and I see the wrongs in men, and I see the wrongs in women, and I'm not about to choose a side. I'm about to call everybody out and come to the front of the congregation and get these.
No, I've been saying that shit. Like, she gets it all the time. Like,
I am Chan. It's called pretty privilege. Pretty privilege.
Yeah, pretty privilege.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what it's called.
Howdy, y'all. Just joined the room. I like your topic question, but it's probably going to be redundant. I don't know how long you guys have been on, but in my opinion, the biggest reason why women don't pursue men is because of gender roles in our society, right? Men who are outgoing and assertive and seek what they want are just viewed as an outgoing, assertive man who's driven and seeking what he wants. But an assertive woman that gets changed to aggressive, and bitch usually comes into play. It's just, there's like such a much more derogative view of women who are assertive to go after what they want.
Dungeon.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that movie Deliver Us from Eva?
Yeah.
Okay. So she was looked at as a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But men knew she was fine as fuck. Mm-hmm. And the way to read men she didn't like was gonna be mean as fuck and cold as fuck, but they admire her from afar. Yeah. And it took so many tries for LL Cool J in that role to break her down and just chill and be within her womanhood. Yep. And a lot of women are like that. And unfortunately, yes, women who are direct and say what they want and just really cutthroat are labeled as bitches. And men in that way in that window of life are labeled as, oh, that's a manly man, that's a boss, or that's such and such. So you can't change that.
You can't. And in all honesty, I don't even think nowadays the men have the patience to try that breakdown. What LL Cool J went through in that movie, a man today might give you to the second or third date and be like, oh, she ain't giving it up. I'm out. So it's gonna be a much harder struggle for that woman to get the man she wants if she's sticking by her guns and gonna be like, no, I'm gonna do this the way I do it. I'm like, now's the day. And I'm not saying, because I'm not saying this. I'm not saying lower your standards, but shit, you might have to change the way you work your system out because with the amount of options out here and the fact that people don't know that, they're not even worthy of some of the people that they've gotten time to date. They just gonna keep moving on and being toxic and dating other fucked up people. So, nowadays you can't have a long process. I know they say to trust the process, but it can't be long. You better figure out a way to shorten that shit out and get nice to what you need, because that ain't gonna work out. Back to the messages.
My question is for she got not Obama phone, but she got pod or whatever.
You can't.
Why are you single? Or are you single? Quick question. That's all.
First, I need you to ask him if he can read before you answer anything.
If she gets it, y'all. If she gets it. It's an actual podcast, all right? But my name is Shan. If you just want to say my name, that's cool too. But I am single because I understand that I need to work on myself. I need to work on my personality, to work on willingness to have patience with another human being. And I feel like the man I'm supposed to be with, eventually he's out there somewhere working on himself too. And I don't feel like I would be able to dedicate the mental capacity, the physical, the emotional, and the financial weight of not working on my business and dating, because I feel like people who date need to be able to afford to date, meaning you have the time to pursue somebody with everything else you have going on, meaning you have the emotional capacity to understand that this person does have a life outside of what you want out of this person. And until I'm at a place where I feel like I can fairly give that to somebody, my ass is single.
Facts. Listen. You see, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is what a woman who knows herself and knows how dating works talks. This is, if there were more women that actually thought like this on the dating scene, and men, not just women and men that thought this way, dating nowadays probably would be a lot easier for y'all. But
yeah,
I know that there's not, so I can imagine the struggles that's going on out in these stereo and real streets. Back to the messages.
Hey guys, nice to hear from you again. Yeah, Dungeon, I agree with you. I don't think a woman should ever propose to a man. Ever. Never, ever.
Not happening.
Not a nan.
Would you say that you're still a kid and you're not grown yet? Is that what you're saying?
Who?
Yo, you know who he talking to?
He talking to me?
Yeah, talk to him.
I'm not a kid. I'm very grown. My titties are very perky. I have kids in my house that came out of this punani. But I'm not a kid. I'm a woman that knows what the hell she wants, and I devote my things to my priorities first and not my pleasures, because I have self-discipline and self-control.
Yeah. And she has a job, homeless. Remember that man know nothing about. We gonna play this or what? Come on. There we go. Damn it.
If you're married like 5 years, like even shorter than that, like if you're married and he wanted you to try something new, you're gonna just say no to that? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So you wouldn't do that just for your husband? I don't get it. It's weird.
My husband is not going to be concerned with ass play, period. Okay. If you're struggling with understanding why my husband wouldn't be concerned with ass play, don't worry about it. You're not the husband, dog.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I'm glad he brought it back to this. I wanted to give you another scenario. So, how about this? Because I had a friend who did some shit like this. Okay.
Oh, God.
Now he your husband. Y'all married, living together. Life is good. He wasn't completely honest with you about his lifestyle.
Oh, shit.
Level of freakiness up front. And one night y'all at dinner, he done made you your favorite meal or took you to your favorite restaurant. So, he's trying to, weasel his way into it. And he's like, listen, babe, I know your mouth in certain places, but I got to confess something. My last relationship, my girl used to eat my ass, at least 2 to 3 times a year. And I really love that shit. And I can do it in a way where it's very masculine. See, what I do is I put on the football uniform and I have a little hole cut out in the back or something like, you know what I mean? Like a whole explanation to it as to how it can be done in a masculine manner. But now you love this man. You can't get that ass yet. Now you love this man. And now he done made your favorite meal and took you somewhere. And now he hasn't been totally upfront about his level of freakiness. And now he's really fiending for a good butt licking. To that, you say what?
Okay. So, and I'm at my favorite restaurant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lot of mouthfuls of my food. I'm going to chew it. I'm going to look in the eye. I'm going to drink my drink. And I'm going to ask him, I said, you got your wallet? And he could be like, yeah. I'm like, all right. What's your ex's name again? And I'm like, does she have an Instagram? I'm going to find her Instagram. And I'm going to DM her and I'm going to say, hey, I know your ex has moved on. We are in a marriage, but he has a request that he is missing your ass lickings. And I don't give him a pass tonight to get that ass lick because I'm not doing it. And I'm going to be like, so I'm taking the car. She going to send you an Uber so she can lick your asshole like you like. And I'm going to meet you at the house. But this was a great dinner. Like, I'm not eating your ass.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need a clapping sound effect. We have found the ultimate negotiation.
You can tell me 10 of your exes ate your ass. I'm not eating your ass. When I first meet you and you ask me, what are your do's and don'ts? I'm not eating your asses on that list.
Because the guy will look at you like, well, what made you think I did that? And in the back of his mind, it's like, damn. Like, trust me.
It's like that thing where men don't say to women, I like when women lick my nipples. No, you're going to find that out when you do it for the first time and he start twitching. Men are not say, I want you to lick my nipples. You're just going to find out in the process. But what you're not about to find out in the process with me is I'm not licking your asshole.
Well, at least you are a willing negotiator and clearly a team player. Ladies and gentlemen, clap it up for Shan. She just gave one of the ultimate sacrifices into making sure that her husband in the future will be fully satisfied no matter what. We can appreciate a woman that will go to those lengths and extents to make sure her man is sexually pleasant. You know what I mean? I'm glad I finally gave an example that broke you down to where you found a way to get his ass ate. Even if it wasn't you found a way to make sure he got his ass ate before the end of the night.
About compromising what they say?
Yeah, of course. It is compromise, and that's a great way to compromise. Great job.
You better keep that wet mouth hole on speed dial.
Yep. You're going to need her. Back to the messages.
If it's true love, your man would never put you in that position. He would respect your boundaries. He would express what he's interested in, but also would respect your boundaries to know that, like, if you're not into ass play, then he just will have to forego having ass play. That's it. It's all about respect.
Yes. RESPECT.
Oh, that's true. I'm just like, I was just playing around with it. I definitely, in real life, no man's going to really keep pushing the situation, and he definitely shouldn't get in a relationship with someone who's not willing to provide that if it's something that serious to him. So just throwing that out there, people, as well.
Think about
Yo, shout out Dungeon. Shout out, C-Chan. Hey, listen, this conversation, this salad tossing is going a little too far.
This is how we get sometimes. We get a little off track, but hey, you got to have examples of what you are willing to do to show you are truly in love with someone.
Once we messages down, I do have some clues for women that they can give a man to let him know that that she likes him. I got some things on my list once we get these messages down.
Yeah, let's knock out a few more. Let's get some more.
It may not be manly for a man to spread his cheeks, as you say, for a woman to eat his ass, but I guarantee you it's vulnerable. And I don't know about you, but I would much rather see vulnerability in my man over, some toxic idea of what it means to be manly. But that's just me.
Okay. My vulnerability in a man that I like is when I'm sad, feed me. When I'm stressed, take me on a sporadic adventure and fuck me outside somewhere on vacation. When I'm irritated by you or you did something to piss me off, fuck me like you ain't never fucked me before and don't say shit to me and we just gonna act like yesterday never happened. But any other type of vulnerability, sir, don't you ever lay on your back and lift up your legs and spread your cheeks for me. That's not happening.
What? I see, I get it. Because that's the only vision you have.
Don't bend over for me either. That's not happening.
All right. We got our answer.
What I think what happened is that's only because she doesn't trust being fully in love. Like if you're fully in love, you're entwined. You gotta do what your husband say. Like at the end of the day, why would you say no to that? Even if it's against you, sometimes you gotta do things against your wish. And until you can understand that, she doesn't understand that somebody might like we're doing things that we don't like. We have to watch shows and stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff that we're doing with the wife that we don't like, but we do it anyway. So that's just crazy about that butt eating shit that. But I understand about it. But if he says it to do it, that doesn't mean he gay. You just want to see if you're gonna do it for him.
I never said that means a man is gay. I said my husband is not with that ass play. Okay.
And she clearly she would go out of her way after the man has put in his time in a marriage to make sure that it happened. So why mouth homeless, love doctor? We know you're trying to give your love advice, but you are still homeless. So maybe you need some more ass. Go ahead.
When it comes to like, maybe you never been in love. I've been in love 3 times and I've never ate the man cheeks. Okay. It's not going to take a marriage for me to be like, I'm about to do anything for this man. I'm not. Ask my mama. I'm a Gemini. When I say I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it.
I feel that. Next message.
Hey, shout out to both of y'all, but real talk, there's too much risk in marriage for men. The older you get, the worse it is. There's too much risk in marriage for men, especially when you make money. There's too much risk. There's really there's no reward. You might as well just let her stay there and get out of any state that honors where common law marriage. Get out of any state that honors common law marriage, and it's too much risk in getting married. It honestly is. There's really no value in it for a man. Honestly. Like, please explain if you think so. Because if she decides to divorce you, then you could be paying for till infinity. It's crazy.
Okay, I am with him on this. If a man pursues a woman and he gets married to that woman, it is always going to be cheaper to keep her. If you don't have a prenup, it is always going to be cheaper to keep her. If you have kids, it is always going to be cheaper to keep her because she is going to be a nuisance until the casket drops. And men who are married that cheat, that don't have prenups and they have women outside the household, why the fuck would you do that unless you like wasting your money consistently? Men who have children outside of their marriage, why the fuck would you do that unless you have money to waste and you don't want to be happy in your older age?
Yeah.
I don't get it. It gives you no pros to get a divorce after you not setting yourself up correctly to disattach later.
Yeah. And I don't feel like, I mean, I know they do it, but I feel like if you are a man with money and you're also a dirtbag that likes to cheat, you should come with that prenup stapled to your forehead.
Listen.
Like, but listen, I'm known to fuck up. So, and I know I got money in the bank, so we're going to sign this here. Because, you know, if you know you're not about that life, one, you probably shouldn't be getting married. So I get what he's saying. But there's value in it for people who are going in it with the right mindset and for the right reasons. There's not value in it for what we talking about. Yeah, just, oh, you know, old girl, we've been dating 5 years. She looks good. We have good sex. She cook. So I'm a marry her. Even though she ain't got no kind of job or ambition, and I got all this paper, and I'm a piece of shit, and I cheat on her constantly, I'm still gonna do it because I just want to get married. If that's your reasoning, then don't do it. But if you've been taking forever, you finally found someone that you genuinely click with, y'all match, you like each other, you love each other, and you can keep your dick in your pants, except for her, then fucking do it. That's where the value will be found, is because you're doing it for the right reasons. We didn't talk about this on previous shows. You got to ask the right questions, have the right conversations. You shouldn't just be getting married to someone that you barely know, or because someone's sexy as hell, or a bad boy, or got the best baby mamas, his best dick, best pussy. These are all the wrong reasons to marry someone.
And I understand that people dabble in the throuple life.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a relationship with 3 people, put that shit in your motherfucking prenup.
Yeah.
If you want to have sex outside your marriage and your spouse knows and y'all know and y'all share people, put that in your motherfucking prenup. You can make that prenup be whatever it needs to be in order for that marriage to go the way that y'all want that marriage to go. But what I don't get is people that fake the funk like they want this traditional shit and they out here living wild.
You know why? Because society has done this. See, this is my thing, and I'm a big advocate against this. I once again have the incredible power of not giving a fuck. If you don't have the power to not give a fuck, these are going to be hard things for you to do. But if you do, it is 2021. If you have a fetish for fucking monkeys and women, go to the woman and tell her that. Be like, yo, listen, sometimes I fuck monkeys on the weekend. What you want to do with that? And you never know. She might be like, yo, I be getting pounded out by gorillas. We can have a whole little thing. You know what I mean? Like, there are people out there with the same nasty fucking fetishes that you got. Now, sometimes people going to just go on about their business and not fuck with you. That's fine. But don't be scared to tell someone what your sexual fetishes are in a relationship and that you need met because you scared that they're going to, look at you a certain type of way. Fuck them. Have you seen this Generation show on HBO Max? It ain't nothing but a bunch of gay kids fucking each other and masturbating in high school. Come on, man.
It's wild. The other day.
It's ridiculous. And them kids don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks, especially not the elderly. So if those kids can act like that nowadays while dating, why can't your 30-plus-year-old ass or 40-year-old ass? You know what I mean? So this is how we getting backed up. Back to the messages.
I'm not trying to start shit here, but what is the problem with a woman proposing marriage to a man? I mean, really? I mean, just take a look. Let's just statistically look at marriages and relationship problems in this country. And it's not like we're fucking killing it. There's a lot of dysfunctional relationships out there. Is it maybe because we're all trying to fucking live these relationships by these idiotic constructs of what men do and what women do and what men are allowed to do and what women are allowed to do, and but no, the man's not allowed to do this and the woman's not allowed to do that. Meanwhile, relationships fall apart, dysfunction ensues, trauma ensues, abusive relationships abound because we're all trying to stay in one little fucking lane?
Can I ask a question? I have a question. Courtney, how many times a day do you use the words toxic masculinity? I'm just curious. Like, how many times a day you say that? And I need to know the answer to that before I give an in-depth answer to what you just said. Because this ain't about that. This isn't gender roles. This isn't like the consensus in this room where, not everybody, I guess, agree with it. Me and Shan just kind of agreed. That's just something that, like, as a man, we just coming from the role of being a man. It's not saying, first of all, we didn't say a woman can't do it.
Right.
We didn't say can't. You do whatever the fuck you want. You can go around proposing to men all day and all night if that's what you like. Over him, in my my community of people, that's not cool. We just not do it. Just you don't feel like a real man after doing it. You can't call yourself a real man and be like, well, my woman proposed to me because I didn't even have the balls to do it, or I didn't have the means, I didn't have my life together, and she really wanted me, so she just went on her way and did it. It isn't because a male has to do it just for me. It's just literally like, as a man, how you gonna feel about yourself if the woman had to propose? You have to look at all the problems that come with why the woman had to do that. So historically, yes, men do it, but there's a purpose behind that. You know, what does it mean to go out and get that ring, to have the whole presentation and have the woman crying and, you know, spending a certain amount of money and all that? There's a whole thing that goes with that. That also, one of my close homies is about to do that, and he was just talking about the amount of pride he had just purchasing the ring for his soon-to-be wife. Now, and that tells you right there how it makes a man feel. Nobody's around for that. That was just a moment for him. But there's things that men get out of these moments where they do the man thing, and the woman, it makes the woman feel a certain type of way. It makes you feel like the leader. Like, yes, I'm gonna be a leader in this household. I'm gonna have a successful relationship. I love this woman. I will do what it takes because I want her to, you know, be satisfied in every way possible, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. It's not about social constructs. Nobody, me and Shan, I'm pretty sure we ain't giving a fuck about that with the shit we talk about.
Sound like a crazy or a harsh analogy, but I would say you can compare a woman pursuing too aggressively almost to like a man who be tricking or paying for pussy. Because what I'm saying is, usually beautiful women or attractive women with options don't pursue hard like that. Maybe a really unattractive, ugly woman might pursue hard because she's like, man, how else I'm gonna get it? Same way like a man. You know, a man with options is not really tricking like that. But if you ain't got no options at all, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You know, so that's why some brothers take that route and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy the pussy because I ain't got no motherfucking options. I might be 4'11", broke, no game, and ugly. Shit, nigga, you ain't got that many choices. Pursue all you want. That don't mean you gonna get lucky.
There is four groups. So those are the two that he said. The men that always have options, that don't have to pursue hard like that. Mm-hmm. The women that are beautiful and they have options and they don't have to pursue hard like that. And then you have the other two groups, which are men that are handsome, are out here doing what they're supposed to do as a man, and they're just not pursuing because that's not their focus. And you have women who are beautiful, smart, intelligent, witty, that are focused on whatever else is and not dating, and that's just not their focus. And those people sometimes pass each other and meet too. So to me, it's kind of like, shit, people pursue people for different reasons. And what it boils down to is the person pursuing you and you engaging with the person that pursued you. Do y'all click?
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't agree more on that. It's definitely a looks breakdown that goes with into who's pursuing who and how it works. Because, like you said, if you're the less physically attractive type, you might be out here going hard. Because even as a woman, because you're like, well, shit, ain't no dudes hitting on me, so I'm gonna have to pursue them. And you're probably gonna get rejected a lot, but you're gonna get some acceptances for late night booty calls because a lot of men are pathetic. So. Listen here, Gremlin. Usually I don't do this, but here's my number, and do not text me until 1:35 a.m. And that's it. Now she's getting the back knocked out. But as far as for men, it's and we can ask Homeless Love Doc about this. It's really hard if you're ugly, because if you're attractive, you get rejected in these streets. Do you not? So imagine if you're ugly. And you're homeless, and you're a doctor that wasted money on getting a PhD that you can't even use. These are all things you have to ask yourself, why did I do this?
Crazy. People don't take into their account these beautiful from head to toe women, the problems they come with.
Oh, yeah.
The mouth they come with, the neediness they come with. So men may see a beautiful woman and be like, nah, no. Because mentally, they're not wanting to deal with the shit that comes with.
Yeah.
And what confuses me is the men that pursue women that are head to toe gorgeous, that they are attracted to, along with the 15 other men around them. And then they get with her and they want her to live in a box and don't talk to anybody and hold your head down because, I don't want you giving anybody any ideas that you're single or you're free, but no, I don't want to marry you right now. Just tell them you got somebody. Are you claiming me? No, but you know how I feel about you. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So men like that expose themselves because in all reality, they're not used to dating beautiful women. I'll tell you that coming from personal experience. If you're used to dating top tier women that like a lot of dudes can't bag, you treat them differently. Like you don't treat that experience like, oh my God, I gotta have you and hide you from everybody. You really more on I'm gonna try and knock this down, and if it don't happen in a certain amount of time, I'm out. And you definitely not trying to wife them. You know what I mean? Like because you, like you said, you know what this is about to bring. So you like, look, she out here only fansing, and I ain't really got time. Like she doing all that. She's one of the girls that do the shows online, whatever, one of them joints. But like that's what comes with some of those really attractive girls. And if you're used to dating really attractive women, all of that other insecurity go away because you like, listen, I'm trying to smash. If it don't happen, I'm out of here. Dudes that ain't used to it, and they're like, this is the first bad bitch I ever got. I'm gonna hold on to her like she a slave and lock her in the house. He ain't used to dating bad chicks. And that's the way they expose themselves. Like, just telling ladies right now, if you a good looking chick and your man is super insecure, don't believe all that shit about, oh, I date bad bitches. Or he might be abusive. But like other than that, he's not dating bad bitches. Trust me. It just that ain't how it works. We gotta get on these messages. We are getting backed up. Let's move.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, but this is like such sexist bullshit.
Oh,
so you're saying that you don't want your daughter to pursue a man, but by saying that, you're also saying that you want your daughter to just go through her life just waiting for the right man to come along. You're telling her that she doesn't have the fucking agency, that she doesn't have the wherewithal within herself to actually go after and obtain what she wants. She just has to be this perfect little woman staying within the lines, doing what she's supposed to do, and just waiting for life to come to her, waiting for the right man to approach her until she finds one that's acceptable to her, that's acceptable to you, based on the standards that you've given her. I mean, and that's really a message that you think is a good thing to give to young women, is don't go after you want, just wait for what you get.
Shit.
Nobody said hippie.
What happened?
Nobody said what she's alluding to, and I'm confused.
we've actually broken down throughout this whole conversation how we're not saying those things. Like, she came in a little bit later. Even with talking to Big Boy, like, we were bringing out how that's not what we're telling your daughter to do. But I get it. I see what she's doing. Can you play some of these messages? I gotta run somewhere real quick.
Yo, it's walk that walk, Nick. Walk that walk, Nick.
And one thing I will say about pretty privilege, I think it does exist. It definitely exists. But the problem that you ladies sometimes need to understand is beauty is fleeting. You don't have it forever. You might be a dime all the way from age 16 to 20 to 30, but then you get to be 45, 50, gravity hits, and now that pretty privilege might have dwindled. And now you proposing to Jim Jones on one knee because you wanted to do what you wanted to do during all of your prime years. So, and another thing when it comes to that, just in terms of age, you know, like a lot of times, most men, in terms of their peak, in terms of success, is not at a young age. They become successful in their 40s and 50s. So then the tables get turned a little bit. So it's just something to keep in mind for both genders. You dig?
Thanks.
Well, here's another thing about the modern woman and her options. They're almost endless, especially with social media. Women have so much options, because back in my day, and I'll date myself, I'm a little bit older, I'm 41, you know, in order for a woman to go get attention, she had to, you know, get dressed up, maybe go to the club, or not even that. She just had to go outside the house. She'd probably get hollered at the grocery store or the gas station. Now, a woman can be at the house and just take selfies with makeup and angles and lighting and all this and get hella attention. So they got so many options. Sometimes it's overload. They don't know what to choose. It's like a kid in a candy shop. So just imagine if this pandemic happened before social media and women were stuck in the house with no way to get attention. And for some women, attention is like currency. Talk about thirst. They hungry for that shit.
Can you imagine? No social media, with just no verses, no Ozzy Brothers versus Earth, Wind and Fire. Oh no, couldn't have done it. I got you back on the message. What'd you say?
I said people would be out here in these streets.
Oh man, please believe it.
Well, I say this, and hopefully y'all can move on from this subject, but with the men talk, you know, men saying they like to get their ass ate, I'm not really into it. To each his own. I used to have a homie who would say he would, you know, make women do that. And I don't even know if it was because he liked it, because the thing is, sometimes a man will do that just as a humiliation tactic or manipulation, just to see how far he can get a woman to take it, what she'll do, how much command he has over her. So I think sometimes that can come into like the domination type of world or whatever. But, you know, people, well, but no pun intended. Also, I'll say, you know, it's different strokes for different folks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of women like their ass ate. I'm not really into that. Not to say I've never ate a woman's ass, but I don't really go for that. That ain't the first thing on the fucking priority list. And it's usually because, first of all, shit come out that motherfucker. It ain't really clean. Yeah.
Exactly.
See, every time somebody the ass cleanliness, I always have to bring this. Now, this is done a certain way, gentlemen. This is fresh out of the shower. I'm always putting that disclaimer up. This is no ass eating straight from work. She just literally is walking out the shower, still got the water beads dripping down her. That is when you eat the ass. And the same will go for you. Yes, I definitely understand it as a humiliation tactic. But if you want some barbershop talk, gentlemen, bring it up. Some guys are going to go, oh, you wildin'. And then somebody from the back going to go, I like my ass eaten. And it's going to start a whole wave of arguments and all that. But by the end, if there's 20 of y'all in that shop, 5 of y'all are going to confess to like having getting your ass eaten. I done it. I tried this. It's a barbershop and a locker room topic for men. Thank you very much. Back to the messages.
She need to stop lying. Like that's the reason why, like she has said, she has to grow up. Like she was saying, not grow up as if she's not ready for a relationship. Cause you're not ready for like doing whatever it takes. Like you gotta at least do that. If he asks for once a year or once every 5 years, just fucking do it. Are you fucking kidding me? That's crazy.
Why
That's funny.
are you so offended though?
Because the love doctor likes getting his ass eaten, and he can't stand the thought of a woman on this planet who isn't willing to eat his ass.
Yeah.
He really seems to be this issue. Back to the next message.
So yeah, I'm an asshole, and so I just have to point out that everything you just listed, she gets it, Pod? Yeah, everything that you just listed about the vulnerability that you wanted to see in your man actually has nothing to do with them being vulnerable. It all had to do with them meeting your needs. So, which I'm not saying is, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. We all need our partners to meet our needs. But our partners are not being vulnerable when they're meeting our needs to hold us when we're sad or to fuck us when we need our mind blown so we can forget something. That's not them being vulnerable. That's them taking care of us. For a man to be vulnerable is to put himself in such a situation that he could possibly be judged, like asking his woman to eat his ass. That's vulnerable.
Okay, all right, I get it now. This is what she wanted. Hippie, you and Homeless Love Doctor can now talk on the show. You found Homeless Love Doctor, you found it. There's a woman in here who's ready to eat some ass. What's her name? Courtney?
Me. It's not me.
You found him. You were trying to subtly shout him out, and you got it. There was a lot of therapy talk you were trying to weasel in there, but it all came back to you wanting to eat a man's ass, and there's a man in here who wants his ass eaten. He's homeless. Can't tell you it's a clean one, but you're good. You were looking for.
My man can cry in front of me and be vulnerable. He can share his darkest emotion with me, but the vulnerability I don't need to see is that asshole.
It's just not happening. Shannon has already made the statement and given the game plan as to how she would allow to get her man ass licked. We all applaud, said, congratulations, great job as a wife. And that was it. We're past it. But Courtney, you and Homeless Love Doctor,